If I had a nickel for every 2024 nostalgic, surreal A24 horror film that features an extended cameo by Fred Durst, I'd have two nickels. Which is not a lot, but it's weird that it happened twice. Hi everyone, it's me, Grant, the movie and TV guy. Welcome to I'm Popcorn with Grant, everybody. And today we are talking about you Drew Ryan Q, how's it going, buddy? How you doing? Today we were talking about a movie. Movies and TV, that's what we do here, and that movie is Y2K. Y2K is directed by Kyle Mooney. It is his directorial debut, the former SNL cast member and writer who also wrote or co-wrote one of the best little hidden gems of 2017, Brigsby Bear. He's now back, this time as a director and co-writer with Evan Winter on this film. What with A24? So what is Y2K about? Well, the day is December 31st, 1999. A day that everybody who was alive, including yours truly, remembers as the night before Y2K, the turn of the millennium. It was the last night of the 20th century. And, there was a lot of worries about a quote-unquote technological apocalypse. Apparently Y2K was theorized to have been a thing that would happen because the computers would not have any input that could reset from 99 to 00. So for a split second, all tech communications would shut down and the world would come to an end. That didn't happen in the real world. I know this. I was there. And also we're all still here. But what if it did? That is the question this movie has. And that question will be filtered through young friends Eli and Danny, played by Jaden Martell and Julian Dennison. They are trying to... sophomores, juniors in high school in 1989, and they are, dealing with stuff that young men usually deal with. Wanting to get the girl, wanting to have sex with said girl, and wanting to be legends in their high school. Their sort of friendship thing is a unopened condom that he found in the library at school that they will give to the first person who has a shot of getting laid. Typical party stuff as usual, very, very super bad. But then all of a sudden, as he's about to and fails to shoot his shot with his dream girl Laura, played by Rachel Zegler, wouldn't you know it, the clock strikes 12, January 1st, 2000, and the robots rise and start killing most of the partygoers, and very soon these guys and some of the other hangers-on end up escaping out into the world, trying to find a safe haven, and also trying to figure out what the plan is. You see, Laura is a bit of a coder, and she might have the key to not only finding out what the computers are up to, but maybe stopping them. It's going to be a wild night. So imagine, let me put it to you this way. Imagine Can't Hardly Wait if after the party was over, they literally had to save the world. That is this movie. And it's fun. Let the shenanigans begin. So, Y2K is a fun movie. I really enjoyed it. It's a fun, nostalgic comedy with a horror sci-fi element that's quirky and offbeat and very funny. And it is completely disposable. But you know what? That's okay. This is not despite being A24, this is not really deep or surrealistic like a lot of A24 stuff is. There's not a lot of deeper meaning here. It's a lark. And for what it is, it's a fun lark. I had a good time with it. My only major issue with it, and it's also paced really well, my only major issue with it is this. Considering who's involved in it, considering it's A24, and it's Kyle Mooney who wrote some of the best outsider stuff on SNL, the sort of stuff that was made to be the last skit of the night, and very, very funny at that, who co-wrote Bigsby Bear, and also really did a good job with a very underrated Netflix one-and-done show called Saturday Morning All-Star Hits, which also found dark humor in sort of nostalgic stuff, in that case, Saturday morning TV. It's disappointing that Y2K isn't weirder. That's my biggest issue with it, is that there are weird touches here and there. There's definitely that Kyle Mooney energy to a lot of it. Kyle Mooney also has a small supporting role as this sort of hippy-dippy video store clerk, who would rather get high than, have any worldly ambitions. He's basically like Leo from that 70s show. But at the same time, when you think of stuff like Brigsby Bear and stuff like this, he's going for a similar thing here where, like, yes, it's a shitpost, and yes, there's humor that's very, very of the Kyle Mooney school, but they're trying to have a little bit of substance underneath where it does feel like he's trying to say something about, with the benefit of nostalgic hindsight, about how we are all enslaved to technology anyway before the robots took over, and that is trying to make social commentary about how today, if anything, we are still at the mercy of those machines, and that kind of satire, but it doesn't always come together. It feels a little bit like there has to be a movie there, so therefore they add that on. So it doesn't just come off like gags. And then there's also dramatic moments that don't work. They don't really seem to fit with this, the tone of the rest of the movie. And also, I think the movie peaks, quite frankly, in the initial party sequence. I think that toward the beginning, that party sequence where everything goes to shit, and it's just chaos, and the machines are like, picking off almost all of this high school class. That is not only funny, but grotesque in a way that is genuinely inspired. And I don't think, and the closest I think any of the movie comes to getting to that point is, weirdly enough, Fred Durst. He's actually kind of funny in this, as himself. He's kind of, it becomes, his role in the plot becomes he becomes kind of a major supporting character in the second half of this movie in a way that I was not expecting. So those elements really work. I just wish that it was a little more than what it was. But at the same time, what it is perfectly entertaining. And I think that there's not a lot of substance here. There's not a lot of depth here. It's probably the weakest thing I've seen that has Kyle Mooney's name on it, but that doesn't make it bad. I do think, though, that I do have hope that his second feature as a director keeps the things that work about Y2K and maybe deepens them better and makes a better, weirder, more offbeat movie. I hope that this movie does well enough so that when and if Kyle Mooney does a second film as a director, the blueprint is there. If he can just give it that oomph, maybe you can have something great. But for Y2K, he'll just have to settle, in my opinion, for Y2K to be just being very good. And it was very good. I enjoyed it a lot. It sounds like I'm being down on it. I'm not. I enjoyed this movie. It wasn't quite as great as I wanted it to be, but it was, for what it was, a coming-of-age film with a little bit of sci-fi horror thrown in. It worked. I said it's something like a Super Bad or Can't Hardly Wait meets The Lawnmower Man. And that's kind of what it's going for. And on that basis, it works. It's enjoyable. And it's enough to not go all the way, but go pretty far. I'll give Y2K 4.5 out of 5 stars, because I do think it is genuinely worth seeing. Like, it's a high full price. It's just that, man, it could have been a 5-star movie, and it just doesn't quite have enough oomph to get there. But very enjoyable. The young actors do a good job. Rachel Zegler's great, and I'm tired of her being a punching bag. She's great in everything I've seen her in. So yeah, Y2K, pretty solid comedy. Go check it out. Nice and brief. Doesn't overstay its welcome. Similar to Werewolves, although it's better than Werewolves. Don't even get me started. It's better than Werewolves. Don't listen to Rotten Tomatoes. But it's about 90 minutes. It's in and out, and it's really good. So yeah, Y2K, 4.5 out of 5 stars. Let's close the book on it. It's a good one. Go see it. Y2K, so yeah, trailer trash. Let's talk some trailer trash. One of Them Days, a Red Band trailer. This looks very funny. Love Me, talked about it, looks good. We talked about One of Them Days before. Love Me, talked about it, looks good. A Complete Unknown, talked about it, looks good. Nosferatu, talked about it, looks good. Companion, talked about it, looks good. Wolfman, talked about it, looks good. Better Man, talked about it, looks good. The Brutalist, we've reviewed it. We got to see it early at Sliff, so the review is online, so go check it out. It's one of the best films of the year. And Baby Girl, talk about it, looks good. And was there shawarma? Yes, during the credits, there is a sort of a really funny sequence early in the credits, along with really interesting credit choices. And then after the credits, there's audio. I couldn't quite make out what the audio was, but it was kind of funny. I think it was Kyle Mooney said something at the very, very end. So it's funny. Yeah, that is it. We will be back tomorrow for reviews of Soul Leveling Reawakening. And the return, Saturday is Flow, as well as RM, Right Place, Wrong, or Right People, Wrong Place. I don't know which one of that is. Right Place, Wrong People, I don't know. We'll have a review of that. We also have that Christmas coming up, and more to come. So that's all coming up. And that'll all be next time. And until next time, I'm Grant the Movie and TV Guy. I see it all, and nobody share it with you. I love you all. I appreciate you all. I love you all, class dismissed. I love you 3000. Be kind to one another. If you like this video, give it a like if you want to. Give it a subscribe if you want to. Give it the bell. I don't know what it does. That's what you're supposed to do, or so I've been told. Leave a comment, even if it's Hey Grant and like waffles. It really helps out. If you want to find me elsewhere, reviews, lists, and other fun stuff, you can find me on all my social media, on literally everything, either Raised on Popcorn with Grant or Raised on Popcorn. Take care of yourself. Take care of your mental health. It's incredibly important. And I want to know down below, what did you think of Y2K? Did you like the movie? Did you hate the movie? Think my opinion's good? Think I'm full of shit? Comment below. Let me know. And until we meet again, we were all raised on popcorn. Made mountains extra better. I'll catch you guys next time. Take care, everyone. See you around. Bye. Bye, everyone.